Hello guys, welcome back with me, Chow Chow 2025. I'm going to continue a while for Persona Arena Ultimax with episode Adachi. This is the new DLC. Not the new, this is old DLC, but I just installed it. Been a while. Attention call, disturbing the peace. Chapter 1. Detention cell. My molars slowly cross the hot line of fibers. I need my eyebrows at my first taste of lotus root in a long while.
Ugh, gross.
Scraping some, barely feel rise as if to wash down the lotus root. Today's dinner consists of chikuzani full of vegetables. Also get some miso soup. That's one step away from water. Cucumbers, sukemono, and even an orange slicer or two for dessert. I want some sea urchin or eel. Yakiniku sounds good too. Or maybe some beef tongue, served rare, covered in onion and marinated with a little lemon juice. While I fantasize about this, I grab another lotus root out of the bento pack with my chopstick. I peer through the holes in the lotus root and my eyes meet those of the god staring at me through the observation window.
Hurry up and eat!
Yeah, sorry.
I've been in jail for about 5 months now. I'm being held at the Prefectural Police HQ neighboring Inaba City as a suspect in the serial murders that took place in Yasu, Inaba. The murders, plus abandoning a corpse and a few other charges. Normally I'd be immediately prosecuted and transferred to prison, but the police are having trouble with the supernatural cause of death being thrown into a television. I mean, I sure as hell wouldn't want to be assigned to a pain in the ass case like this. Well, maybe it's not for me to say, being an ex-cop and all. After melodramatism hit me soon after, and I lay down on the tatami mat, there's nothing to do in this empty cell, and just as I'm about to pass from consciousness into that beckoning slumber.
Number 82! Interrogation!
The voice of the guard outside pulled me back to reality. Number 82. That me. An interrogation this late in the day? Give me a break. I sighed and wait that the guard wouldn't see and slowly get up. The detective in charge leads me away, leaving my cell behind. It's been a while since I was last called to this interrogation room. The stuffiness really seems to stress the spitefulness of this room. That alone is enough to get me down. When I first got here, I gave them the whole truth. Since it was all over, I didn't plan to hide anything, and it's a big pain if things get complicated. But obviously, proving that you can kill people with magic isn't the kind of thing that can be demonstrated to an audience that isn't willing to listen. After going through some serious psych evaluation and all that crap, the interrogator weren't able to make any progress, so my jail life continued.
Here's some more things. Check them.
Today they want me to go over some evidence. I plop my ass down on the uncomfortable stool and a young detective lines up several objects on the table.
These are the 3 pieces of evidence.
It's not look young, man. It's not look young at all. This is a replica gun that's been modified for real bullets. Oh yeah, that was in my closet. I bought this when I first joined the police forces and was frustrated when I didn't get a gun right off the bat. And this, a digital audio player? I wanted at a New Year's bingo game, then tossed it somewhere and forgot about it. Where the hell they find it? And that is a large flat screen TV. It's been enough so easily serve someone through, but I've never seen this TV before. In other words, it's irrelevant to this investigation. It's pretty damn evident that there's no new evidence to find. Got nothing more to hide, and I told them so. Yet, they still managed to dig up more junk. They don't even realize that they were wasting their time.
None of them are related to the case. I mean, I've said this many times before, but I've already told you everything.
Shut up! No back talk! Just check them all!
The detective pounds the table with his fist, probably in an attempt to intimidate me. What loser. My game's long been over. What good would it do to me to lie now? The reason you can't assemble a case against me is because you're idiots. And I have to sit here and waste my energy dealing with you morons. Why don't you use your head a little? Make a show of pretending to look at the so-called evidence again. And the detective lights a cigarette.
Seriously, between Adachi and Dojima, is anyone at Inaba PD not a dumbass?
Kojima-san.
Ryotaro Dojima. You know him real well. Rumor has it his position at the station's shaky because of you. A real cop wouldn't have the balls to show his face at the station if one of his men got sent up for murder.
The detective with the cigarettes blows some smoke in my face. I get this kind of treatment every day, and this is one of the less severe acts of hostility I face at that. Since I'm an ex-cop, the police are merciless when they interrogate me. On top of being restrained from morning till night, if I start to doze off, I get some water to the face. The verbal abuse is constant. If I say something, I get yelled at. If I stay quiet, I get yelled at. It really impressed me how much energy they have. They're probably pissed at how long this case is taking them, but they can't blame me for their incompetence. Seeing that I don't so much as move an eyebrow, the detective lights a second cigarette and laughs mockingly.
You know, I felt sorry for him. So out of kindness, I told him during the investigation. I said, I'll make sure to dispose of your no-good man, so don't worry about that. And what does that bastard do? He suddenly grabs me by the collar. I almost ended up having to submit a written apology.
Talk about a blunder.
It ain't nothing to laugh about. What do you think he said, huh? He can settle matters for himself without me asking you to do it. What a bunch of shit to say about a killer.
Hearing that, I smiled knowingly. Tsuchima-san's being a pain in the ass like he always is. I'm no longer his subordinate, just a complete stranger. He should cut off any ties to me, but instead he has to go and say that. It's like, isn't it backward for a detective to be believing in a criminal? This cop's right. Seriously, he makes me laugh.
I'm done dealing with Hicks. Oh, I guess once you've been a police dick in the sticks that long, your morale's shot. I wouldn't be surprised if Dojima snuffed a few himself. That must be where his men learned it.
That's a funny joke.
Huh?
Although aren't you the one with the quick fist? I heard rumors about you when I was on active duty. You punched a suspect in the face during an investigation. Got found out and covered it up, right? What a hero!
The detective face gets redder and redder. Even though I sound frivolous, my heart is cold.
And since then, you've made sure to only punch him in the gut, right? You sure know what you're doing, aiming to work at the Metropolitan PD.
You little... I ain't taking that kind of lip from a goddamn killer!
The chair is kicked out from under me and I slam into the ground. The detective grabs me by the hair and roughly pulls my head up. Seeing the detective face contorted with anger and humiliation is just hilarious.
If you don't want a good thrashing, then you better spill everything, you bastard!
Sir, you really shouldn't go any further.
Oh, there's other young detective, not him. The young detective stays in front of his superior, probably out of worry, but all he does is fluster. The younger one has no control over the other detective movement.
Shut up! You don't get anything out of scumbags like him without getting your hands dirty. Watch and learn.
He punched me in the gut. He avoided my solar plexus. This might be used to hitting people. I choked back my stomach acid and scoffed.
That wasn't nice. Isn't this against the Criminal Procedure Code?
Huh?
Criminal Procedure Code, Article 319. Forced confessions gained through torture and intimidation are inadmissible as evidence. Anything I tell you is invalid if you get your hands dirty. Didn't they teach you the basics in Police Academy? Oh, but I get it. You're stuck in the boonies like this because you can't even get the Criminal Procedure Code straight.
You little!
The detective's eyes open wide. Asleep on a landmine, he's probably going to hit me again. I brace myself for it, but contrary to my anticipation, I'm not struck by a fist. Instead, I feel cold still. The barrel of a gun pressed up against my temple.
You must be Toru Adachi. I wish to speak with you.
The atmosphere in this room suddenly becomes tense. I feel a chill run down my spine. It's not the same detective I was just talking to. It's someone else. I don't have any proof, but that's what my gut is telling me.
I'm sorry, but I must ask you to come with me. Enter the TV here. And to be clear, this is less a request than an order.
Whoa, what are you doing? There'll be hell to pay for pointing your gun at a detainee. You really need to calm.
Ah, yes. I'd forgotten we weren't alone. Get out of here.
Huh? What are you saying?
I said get out. I don't wish to make matters worse. And you don't wish to die, do you?
The detective slowly raises his arm and points the gun towards a corner in the ceiling. He fires, and the lens of the security camera in the room shattered to pieces, accompanied by the ear-splitting sound of gunfire. The young detective quivers and bolts from the interrogation room. Well, he made the right move. There's no point in making a show of justice if it's just gonna get you killed.
Ah, now you've done it. So, who are you?
You'll find out when we meet. Enter the TV. You should still be able to do that.
Without changing expression, he puts the gun into my bag. If I try to resist, he pulled the trigger without hesitation. I can feel the danger in the thin air. Disobeying him would not be a wise plan right now. I walked toward the TV that had been broken in as evidence. Before I can even start to struggle, I'm thrown into the television with unbelievable strange. Feel a strange floating sensation as if gravity has lost its hold on me entirely.
Just like old times.
Yeah, I know this feeling, and I know what's waiting for me at the bottom. But now, I sigh slightly as I fall head first. I was thrown out into a school classroom enveloped in an uncanny atmosphere. There are chairs and desks lined up, textbook on the shelf, a blackboard, all that good stuff. But the walls are plastered with poster and barricade tape labeled P-1 Grand Prix. It's strung up all over the place. Seriously, who made this thing? I look at the blackboard, puzzle, and read the words Yasugami High School monthly events written upon it.
When I exited the TV, I found myself in a classroom.
You talk to yourself. Yasu High is where those wannabe detectives go, huh? Of course this isn't a real school, but I get a feeling that they'll be showing up anytime now. Well, that doesn't matter. The thing I need to worry about is that whoever called me here is somewhere in this school too.
Seriously, I can't believe I'm called in here all of a sudden. I'm not even a cop anymore. Honestly, I'd rather be in prison.
Well, that's it. Even if I go back, it'll all be back to square one. That would be very annoying. Fine, I'll play alone. And I was getting tired of dealing with those idiots cops anyway.
Well, I guess I'll go. Didn't think anything like this would ever happen again. Isn't there something wrong with this world?
Yeah.
Who knows what'll happen next?
I guess I'll start investigating from the top. I scratch my head and start making for the door out of the classroom. I'm sure I'll find some evidence. If I just start walking around... wait a sec. That's something Dojima-san used to say all the time.
Oh man, I've picked up the habit without realizing it. Look what you've done to me, Dojima-san.
Give me a break, Dojima-san. I roll my eyes as I leave the dark classroom. To be continued. Ring the piece. And chapter 2, intention. It's not that many chapter. It's a lot. Sorry. It's a lot. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 more cards.